never thought my hair would be the subject of a meeting. Not my work performance, not my late nights perfecting reports, not the extra hours I put into making sure every project was flawless. No, it was my hair. The curls that spiraled from my scalp, the ones my grandmother used to oil with gentle fingers, the ones my mother called my crown. Those very curls, they told me, didn't fit the professional image of the company. It happened on a Monday morning, the kind of morning when the air feels heavy, like it knows something is about to change. I just walked in, the click of my heels echoing on the polished floor, greeting my coworkers as I passed. I felt good that day. I'd finally decided to stop straightening my hair every week. My scalp needed a break, and so did I. The heat, the chemicals, the hours in front of a mirror, I was done. My curls had been tucked away for years, but now they were free, soft, springing upward like they were happy to finally see the light. I was halfway through my first cup of coffee when I got the email. Subject line, meeting with HR, 10:30 a.m. My first thought was confusion. I hadn't missed a deadline, hadn't had a conflict with anyone. I clicked reply and asked if everything was okay. The response came within seconds. Yes, just a routine discussion. I walked into that glass-walled room right on time. The HR manager, a woman with a polite smile that didn't quite reach her eyes, gestured for me to sit. My direct supervisor was there too, avoiding my gaze. That's when I felt the knot tighten in my stomach. They started with the usual small talk, the kind that feels rehearsed. Then the HR manager cleared her throat. "We've noticed a change in your appearance recently," she said. "Specifically, your hair." She glanced briefly toward my supervisor, who nodded slightly. "We've received some feedback from clients and staff that your current hairstyle, while lovely, doesn't align with the professional standards we uphold." I sat still, but my heartbeat roared in my ears. "Professional standards?" I asked, my voice calm but sharp enough to cut through the air. "Yes," she continued, as if reading from a script. "We encourage a polished, corporate-friendly look. Hairstyles that are more tamed, straightened hair, low buns, that sort of thing. We're not asking you to make a drastic change, just to consider something more in line with our image." I wanted to laugh, not because it was funny, but because it was absurd. My curls, my hair in its natural state, were somehow not in line with their image. An image, I realized, that had never been made for people who looked like me. Memories came flooding back. My high school principal telling me my hair was distracting when I wore it in a puff. The job interview where I spent the entire morning burning my scalp with a flat iron so I'd look neat. The whispered comments from strangers about how wild my hair looked. Every one of those moments had been a seed, planted deep, that grew into the belief that my natural self wasn't enough. But that Monday morning, something inside me refused to bend. I looked them both in the eye and said, "My hair is professional. My work is professional. What you're asking me to do is change who I am to fit a standard that wasn't made for me. That's not about professionalism. That's about discrimination." The room went silent. My supervisor shifted uncomfortably, and HR scribbled something in her notes. I could feel the weight of their disapproval, but beneath it, I also felt my own power. For years, I'd straightened, tucked, and hidden parts of myself to make other people comfortable. But in that moment, I understood that comfort had come at my expense. When the meeting ended, they said they'd review the matter and get back to me. I walked out with my head high, my curls catching the light streaming in from the tall office windows. I knew there would be consequences, subtle or otherwise, but I also knew something else. I wasn't going to shrink myself again. Not for them, not for anyone. That was just the beginning. What followed was a quiet storm that would shake more than just my office walls.